Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. A man with sex appeal will not be a virgin for one simple reason. Yeah, and that one simple reason is women going to hand him the 90. Women going to hand him the 90. Look, and I said I'd talk about that. A couple of days ago I said I'd throw that out. Because you be getting some guys up here thinking, well, I'm tall, I'm handsome. Of course, their auntie told them they were handsome. And I can't figure out how come these women don't want me. I'm a virgin. I'm having trouble. Man, if you got sex appeal, which I said is not the same thing as looks, women going to hand you the pussy. I said 90, but, anybody who knows Jamaican patois knows that means punani. And the punani means the pussy. They gonna hand it to you. They gonna do stuff. Because I'm gonna tell you something now with women. If they find a man sexually appealing, they ain't sitting back waiting for him. I mean, the most calm thing they'll do is they'll put themselves in his path. That's the most calm thing. But they get aggressive. They get aggressive. They'll approach him. He'll be walking along. They'll be like, hey, how you doing? You get plenty of other dating coaches or whoever who will say, yeah, these women don't approach. Yeah, they don't approach most men. But if a man is sexually appealing, if a man is making their vajayjays jump, trust me, they'll be all up in his face. Like I said, the minimum they will do is put themselves in his path. That's the minimum. But you get some women, they'll come straight up and they'll come straight up. Shoot, they'll sing that song. Instead of saying, you's a big fine woman, won't you back that thing up? They'll be like, you's a big fine man, won't you stick that thing in? They'll get aggressive. Because one thing with women, they want sex. They want the hot beef injection. When they meet a man or come across a man who's sexy, they'll check him out. But if they get a chance, they'll hand it to him. They might even tell him. I mean, I've had that happen to me. Like, I remember one woman. She was like, Ron, I'm going to take your pants down. Another woman sticking her hands all up in my pants. Another woman, she just meet me. We on a job. She handed me a card or something. We hooked up a few months later. I mean, shoot, they going to do it. Like, when you hear about some of these older women, getting some of these young guys or something, they going after them. In fact, I remember when I was coming up, living with my grandmother, some of the women on the street, they were concerned about another couple of women. See, understand something. Women are aggressive. If they too passive, if you got to chase them too much or try to convince them, they really don't want you. But when a woman wants a guy, when they want to have sex with a guy, they're gonna put themselves in his path. They'll be all touchy. They'll be all up on him. And some of the bolder ones will just say, you's a big fine man, won't you stick that thing in? They're going to be aggressive. And, those guys talking about they virgins or something. Talking about, I'm got all that, but I'm a virgin. You ain't sexy then, motherfucker. Maybe you don't got what it takes. You think you look good, but apparently you ain't sexy. Because like I've said a few times before, sex appeal and looks aren't the same thing. A man can look good, and a woman might even acknowledge that the man look good, but she ain't gonna want to give him any. She ain't gonna want to give him any and stuff. Now, this, it's a Friday. You know how I am on Fridays and stuff. Gotta get that money out, so I gotta cut this off for a second for y'all, maybe a minute for me. Because, they don't really be making any noise. I could do something, but, I don't want to take any chances. Because he'd be some bammers saying something. Be trying to hold the camera at different angles or something, trying to figure out what I'm doing. Anyway, I get back with y'all in a second. All right, y'all. I'm back. Anyway, like I said, a second for y'all, maybe a minute for me. I had to get money out. You know I get out cash on Fridays. Don't worry about why. Anyway, right? Anyway. Yeah. Because you get some dudes up here swearing all out they getting some women and stuff. Dudes who've hit me up, they talking about, I can't figure it out. Or I'm doing body game or something. No, well, first of all, body game is just the base. Like sex appeal, it's a lot of intangibles. It's about how comfortable you are, how you carry yourself, how you talking, all of that. And women, they reading all of that. And despite what some dudes think, no, it ain't just your face. You get some dudes think, oh, it's just the face. Please. Women, there ain't a woman out there turned on by just a man's face. They'll include it in there, but never just a man's face. Understand that they looking at the whole package. They looking at how you walk. They looking at your posture, how you talk, whatever. They looking at all of that. Women, they checking that out. And see, when women come across a guy they find sexy, they ready to give him something. Because see, first of all, let's just be real. Now, some people try to go against that whole 80-20 thing. But women, if you talk to any woman, they only find a few guys sexually appealing. I mean, even fewer than they'll find a few guys physically attractive. But then, even fewer guys sexually appealing. And it don't have anything to do with how much money he got. It's just, can he get it? They be looking at him, can he get it? So when they come across a guy like that, first of all, if he's sexy to them, he's turning them on. So they figuring out, their vaginas are doing a rumba. Their vaginas are dancing. They getting all wet. They getting all horny. And see, when a woman gets horny, she get out of character. Like she like when she around other guys, she ain't turned on by, well, they gotta work. She might not even talk to him, but she get around a guy turning her on, making that for JJ jump. Shoot, she get aggressive. Well, go on, motherfucker. Shit, you see a green light. Anyway, they get horny. They get aggressive. They'll figure out a way to do something. They will be aggressive with that guy. They'll shoot. That's the type of woman, if she know the guy, and she'll be like, can I come over? All right, that's already something right there. But then she'll come over with nothing on but a trench coat and some nice heels. That'll be it. Or she'll do something. Invite him over, do something, come over his place real late. She'll do something. Women are aggressive with guys that they find sexually appealing. He might be walking down the street or something. They see him, they just hand him the phone number. They'll do something. They just change up. They just change up. Now, I know there's some guys out there talking about women don't approach like that. No, they don't approach most men like that, but no, they will approach a guy they find sexy. Like some guys that think, well, they get all nervous and stuff. No, they don't. Shoot, they want that hot beef injection. They'll find a way. They'll get brave. They'll figure out something. Shoot. And that ain't no, because I know some Bammers be like, oh, that's some back in the day shit. No, it's right now, motherfucker. It's just not you. It's just not you. Like, if you have never experienced a woman being aggressive, you got to work on your sex appeal. That's just simple. I mean, think about it. Like, you think about these older women dealing with these younger guys, like these teachers having sex with these students. That student, come on, man. That dude 15 years old. He don't got any game like that. He ain't asking a woman out or something. Shoot, she trying to get with him. Or you got the neighbors. Like I said, when I was growing up living with my grandmother, right? There were a couple of women that some other women were concerned with because they knew how women were. They know how women were. In fact, this one woman, well, I ain't gonna put that out there. That could be a problem if I put it out there. Let's just say older women, they can be aggressive with guys. You might be somebody just cutting the grass or something, Then she'd be like, hey, you want to come in and get some water? And get that bad pouring music. Yeah, go ahead, take off your shirt. I see you sweating. Shit, they be up in there. Alright, let me do this. It's a little crowded, a little bit early today. Shit, they'll do something, be all friendly, smiley. Be in the gym. Like I said, the least they'll do is put themselves where you can approach them. They'll talk to you, be walking down the street, they'll be like, hey, how you doing? Talking to you. Shit, I remember this one woman, I had mentioned her a few times. I was coming off the track at American University and stuff when I was still living around there and just working out, and this woman said something. Met her at 7:30, boning the shit out of her at 8:30. She was aggressive. I just, you know what, I was just trying to be cool, just get her phone number. I said I would have hollered at her later. I was kind of tired. Not that tired, apparently. But women, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the bottom line. If a woman finds a man sexually appealing, she want to give him some. Man, you up here smiling at me and shit, motherfucker, shit. If a woman want to give a guy some, she's going to be aggressive. She will approach. She will do something. Follow him around the store. She'll do something. She'll let him know. Shoot. Sometimes she'll look him up and down. She'll do something. She'll let him know. And if she even know him just a little bit, she'll tell him. Like I said, that song, change up that song a bit. Talking about you's a big fine man, won't you stick that thing in? Like I said, I still remember this woman. She told me, Ram, I want to take your pants down. Trust me, they aggressive. And see, you get some guys talking about they virgins and shit. Look, you're not going to be a virgin and have sex appeal. Now, if you're a virgin and you're a virgin, okay, fine, but you don't have both. Because if you got sex appeal, some women going to give you the pussy. It's just that simple. It's no way. If you got any sex appeal, you're going to get some women, they're going to be more aggressive with you. It's going to be hard for you. They're going to do something. They're going to do something. And I mean, and shit, I know some people now, I can text them right now. They were telling me some stories. Even if you don't want to, the women going to be real aggressive. Like I knew this guy, he was actually rooming with this family. And this woman wanted him bad. And he said, yeah, she ended up sucking my dick. Because when women want somebody, they going to go for it. They going to let the guy know. And how you going to be a virgin with that? If you got a bunch of women. Because I'm going to tell you something with women now. When they trying to give a man some pussy, I don't think there's a greater force on the planet when they plan, because they'll scheme at that shit. They'll figure that shit out. They'll figure out like his path. Like I've said several times before. You get some woman and you think you cold approaching her, but she been scoping you out for weeks, maybe months, and then she'll figure out your path and put herself in your path. You think it's a cold approach, but it ain't a cold approach for her. She'll get up in there. And you gotta think about that. You gotta think about that. But see, here's the thing though, a lot of guys have not, I'm gonna say most men have not experienced that level of aggressiveness. But they not sexy in any woman's eyes. They not sexy. When I'm saying sexy, like that woman see you and she's getting wet. She's lusting for you. Most guys may not experience it. Even some guys who, they might even be married, get a woman. Because remember something else with a woman. A lot of women settle out here. A lot of women will still deal with what they got to deal with because there ain't enough of them to go around. Now, if they meet that sexy man, he down, yeah, she'll probably cheat. She'll cheat. She'll cheat, do her thing. If she meet that guy. But it's not enough to go around. So when they meet that guy, they go totally out of character. Be like, I don't usually do this. They be doing all that shit. And they'll let a guy know. They want that shit. Like I said, these women thirsty out here. But like I said, unfortunately, a lot of guys don't get that sex appeal part. You get some guys thinking, well, if they just fix their face, that's all they need. Nah. Because even when I talk about body game, like I said, they be looking at the whole body. Because you get some guys, a man could be sexy to a woman, and it's not based on like how handsome his face is. He could have an average face, but he got a good body build, so that woman want to see him naked. Check. He can still talk to her, got some charisma, make her feel comfortable. Check. He's masculine. Very, very check. In fact, a masculine man, that's the highest level, really, of sex appeal. Just like the highest level of a woman. Like, let me turn this around so guys understand. You can get two women. One can have, like, that bone structure and all of that, but she ain't very feminine. She is not very feminine. But you get another woman, she average looking, but she very feminine, very receptive. That's sex appeal. That's what turn a woman on. So if a woman is sexy and she being feminine and receptive, then that man is seen as sexy. And see, they'll look for a man who is going to like do something. See, that's something else too, the type of guy who will take advantage. Like I said, the minimum they'll do is put themselves in his path. And I'm going to tell y'all what. Because anybody who's read my books know I talk about Mr. Goodbar. One thing about Mr. Goodbar don't really chase. He don't really chase women. He make them come to him. He make those women come to him. He don't chase them. He don't act like he want it. He knows. Because one thing that drives a woman crazy, if a man she want act like he don't want her. He can make her wait. Like, he might pick up that she been putting herself in his path, and he's still doing his thing. In fact, I remember I did a live seminar. I had some men and mostly women there. And it was all about Mr. Goodbar. And we had some scenarios. We had some people acting out some scenarios. And this one dude, he did it perfectly. This woman, young girl, was trying everything to get this dude's attention. And he was just chilling. And he knew what was up. I was like, yeah, he got it. He knew it. He wasn't even playing. Made her feel like something. She was doing everything to get that man. And he was ignoring her. Because when a woman finds a man, like I said, when a woman finds a man sexy, she gets aggressive. She doing something. She trying to give something. Because, see, she trying to, like, do whatever. It's like I said about a mentor was telling me about what a woman told him. She was at some resort or something trying to get with this man. And she was running outside of his hotel, like, balcony, butt naked, hoping he would catch attention. Because trust me, that's why I say, if a man got real sex appeal, he ain't going to be some virgin, because some woman going to give him some older woman going to give him some younger girl, she going to be aggressive. She going to put herself there. If you working with, you working with that woman, she find you sexy, she coming to work with, some sexy ass clothes on, showing some shit. If she see you at the gym all the time, she gonna make sure she work out near you. She gonna put herself in there. Then she'll be ultra friendly. Like, it's kind of funny to me. Like, you see those women sometime, and they you thinking you approaching them or something, And they'll be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Then they go back and tell their girls, yeah, I got him, yeah. You know, some women's just saying, well, you know, hey, can I come over real quick? Like I told you at that time, had this woman wanted to come over. And I didn't feel like being bothered with her, so I was trying to be nice. I was like, well, I had no food. I'll bring some food over. You know, I'll bring a sandwich. You can split it. I was like, man, she's trying to get with me. You know, they'll flirt hard. I remember one woman. I wasn't really interested in her, but she was flirting hard. I mean, I was like, damn, she talking dirty and shit. If a woman wants you, she gonna want you. Like, it'd be hard for you. I mean, look, let's just be real. You got a bunch of women trying to give you some pussy. It's hard. Very, very few men are going to resist that shit. Because, yeah, and don't be like, well, maybe I'll resist the ugly ones. No, it'd be some, like, attractive ones. Because here's something for you. The better shape that a woman is in, the more she'll be aggressive, because the better shape she's in, that means her blood flowing through her body right, and she will actually get hornier. Like, when you're dealing with a woman in shape, regardless of what her face look like, she in shape, she can get hornier because her blood flowing better. You want that. That's what you want. And those be the main ones sometimes. They'll do something. Shoot, I remember a mentor was telling me, it was like him and a group of dudes. They were over at somebody's house, you know, doing their thing. And they were there late. All of a sudden, some woman came knocking on the door at midnight and shit. Shit, I actually had that happen. I remember when I was in D.C. and stuff, I had a friend of mine staying over at the place, like he was spending the night staying on the couch and shit. And he knocked on the door and said, hey, Ron, somebody knocking on the door. I look outside. There's a young lady there, not knowing about some spandex. Sure. If a woman wants you, she wants you. You know, shoot, I got some stories behind that. That's what, honestly, I'm going to be real with you, man. That's why I don't really have a concept of really chasing women like that. Because if they want you, they want you. Yeah, I would still recommend most guys, if you ain't getting it like that, you're going to have to be more aggressive. But if you develop that sex appeal, which I tell y'all all the time, I tell you here, I tell you especially every little bit I give you on my Patreon, on my on-demand videos, I tell you what to do. Because once you get that sex appeal, shit, pussy always going to hand itself to you. In fact, you're going to get to the point, you're going to be like, damn, this is too much. This is too much. Damn, you be like, damn, I need to chill. I need a break. Son. But you sure as hell ain't going to be some virgin. Because you get some guys talking about they virgins, ain't getting any play or anything. You ain't sexy, motherfucker. It don't matter what you physically look like. You ain't giving that sex appeal to the women. If you ain't giving that sex appeal, you ain't getting it. Because just remember that one little thing. Women, I don't give a shit what they say, what they try to tell you. They aggressive as shit. Even those women talk about, oh, yeah, I'm going to wait for the man to approach and all of that. I wish I had the proverbial dime every time I seen how those women, when they run into a guy they want to fuck, how aggressive they can be. How aggressive, what they will do, try to talk to them, put themselves in the path. And I have personally experienced some women saying, like I said, one woman telling me she want to take my pants down, another woman putting up her hand in my pants. Shoot. Women just handed me like some phone number or something. Shoot, a woman, I'm walking down the street, random woman handed me her phone number. Shoot. There was one woman, man, we worked together. She found out where I live. She was sending me all these cards and shit. If a woman wants you, she wants you. And then, you know, like on that situation, I was working on one of my 1,000 jobs. A woman was working in human resources, found where I live, was sending me all this shit. Everybody thought she was an innocent church girl. I was like, we talking about the same woman? Trust me, I knew what she was about. Went over her house. Nah, they super aggressive. They super aggressive. So if you got any sex appeal, you ain't gonna be a virgin. The only way you be a virgin is if you're a young boy. And even then, you got some women on some shit. Because I remember when I was 8 years old, living out in Southeast D.C., there was a woman, let's just say, who was living at the house, but my mother had to, shall we say, deal with her. She was a little bit more flirty, even though I was 8 years old. A little bit more flirty than she should have been for a woman her age. Actually, I don't know what her age was, but she was flirty. I was like, But my mother had to deal with her. I'll leave it at that. My mother had to get a little ghetto with her, and I'll leave it at that. But I'm gonna tell you what, women are aggressive. If they want a man, they're aggressive. If you're a sexy man, you got sex appeal, you ain't no way you being a virgin out here. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no way. Shit. Somebody gonna try to give you some. Somebody, if you like moving along, a woman ain't trying to give you any, you ain't there. Women will hand you the nutty. They'll hand you the poo. If you there. Now, if you ain't there, well, you got some work to do. You might like it or not, some guys got to really just work hard. Most guys got to work hard. Because, unfortunately, there's only a small percentage of guys who got it like that. And don't go by their looks either. Because women, the thing with women is you don't know what to turn on a particular woman. Because she might go, you got some women who will go for an ugly man because they ain't trying to have his baby. They just feel like he'll fuck better. That's it. They looking for that man who can fuck. They don't give a fuck if you look like. It's like the difference between like one of those fashion models and one of those porn stars. If you have any doubt, I know a lot of y'all be watching porn. Look at them. Just look at them. Look at them. It's just a whole different vibe with both of them. They ain't the same. So it go beyond what you look like. It don't hurt, but you got to have a bit more. So, anyway, just remember that. And I mean, you know, somebody might feel bad I'm telling you this, but, you know, I'll just be realistic out here. You know, Rom's realistic about shit. I'm going to tell you what's going on. And I don't have time to bullshit with people. I'm going to tell you what's going on, what you really got to do. Girl, I see you looking good. I see. Anyway, shit. But that's just it. You got to do it. Now, anyway, y'all know on my Saturday weekends, you know, check out my Sovereign Man videos tomorrow. Check out my inspirational stuff, and definitely check out my Patreon. Definitely check that out, because I be trying to take it to another level, trying to let y'all know. Shoot, you gotta get the woman wet. Like, really? I'm gonna say it for a third time. That woman gotta look at you and be like, you's a big fine man, won't you stick that thing in? If the woman ain't doing that, you might be able to still get the woman, but you gotta work a little bit harder. Shoot, you might have to take her to that Michelin restaurant or Michelin star restaurant, something like that. Hold up. Let me see some. Oh, nah. She don't got that butt dunk. Anyway, y'all. That's all I got for today. I'll get back with y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.